Energy, mostly in the form of electricity, is the central resource in our modern everyday life. Despite all economy measures, worldwide energy consumption continues to increase due to rising per capita consumption from increasing industrialization and also because of the growth in the world's population. For the increasing demand, more energy must be made available. This can be achieved by building new power stations, which in turn, however, contribute to environmental pollution through the production of more CO2 and other emissions, or in a smarter way, through more efficient production of energy. This is Taprogge's speciality, profitably combining environmental protection and cost-effectiveness for all concerned. Taprogge, entrepreneur and managing director of Taprogge GmbH, has witnessed this development.
Until the early 50s, power plants still had to derate or shut down a unit in order to manually clean condenser tubes. This certainly meant lost power sales due to non-availability and, even worse, efficiency losses due to the ongoing and continuous fouling of condenser tubes during operation. In 1951, however, my uncle Joseph Taprogge made a remarkable invention, which then my father, Ludwig Taprogge, transformed into a successful business. This invention, the so-called Taprogge system, made it possible to clean condenser tubes online. The cleaning work is performed by these special sponge balls, which continuously pass condenser tube, thereby cleaning them. Today, Taprogge systems are industry standard worldwide in power plants and desalination because they have proven extremely economical.
The cleaning balls are injected into the cooling circuit directly upstream of the condenser and distributed evenly across the entire tube sheet. In this way, every individual tube is cleaned and the best possible heat transfer maintained in the long run. This means less fuel input. In power stations alone, existing Taprogge systems help to save fuel in the amount of 20 million tons hard coal units every year. Every power station condenser, every desalination unit evaporator, every tubular heat exchanger, no matter how small, can be cleaned by the Taprogge system. Many power stations are facing a further problem. Natural and man-made pollution in the water causes fouling on the tube sheets and obstructs the heat exchanger tubes. This happens although rakes and screens are provided as so-called pre-screening. They're meant to separate out macro-fouling from the water. Practice shows, however, that they're unable to cope with the job. Here too, Taprogge has developed a solution. Debris filters installed directly upstream of the condenser keep unpleasant pollution away from the heat exchanger tubes, thus guaranteeing free ball circulation. These debris filters, originally designed to filter out the mussels growing between the pumps and condenser, are supplementary elements to the pre-screening system. The ideal location of these mussel filters, deep inside the cooling water system, in other words, directly upstream of the object to be protected, caused Taprogge to reflect on the following. What fundamental economies could be achieved at the pre-screening systems, meaning upstream of the cooling water pumps, if the performance of the filters was increased even further? Particularly, the technically obsolete and maintenance-intensive travelling band screens could be done away with completely, given the fact that the existing rakes provide sufficient pump protection. This consideration resulted in the development of the Taprogge high-performance filters. Instead of storing macrofouling, as was the case with the earlier voluminous mussel filters with their large surfaces, high-performance filters efficiently flush all coarse impurities out of the cooling water system as quickly as possible. This reduces pressure loss in the whole system, allowing the pump to produce a higher capacity. Taprogge high-performance filters are more than 18 times more efficient than mussel filters. The fact that the travelling band screens are no longer necessary means that construction work in the cooling water extraction area can be significantly reduced. This revolutionary concept of a lean pre-screening system focusing purely on pump protection, combined with high-performance filtration technology and tube cleaning, was called IN-TA-CT, the integrated Taprogge concept. As an integral part of IN-TA-CT, the pre-screening system, henceforth consisting only of coarse screens and fine screens, made its way into Taprogge's responsibility and scope of supply. With the conception of IN-TA-CT, it became more and more apparent that not only big condensers had to be protected by high-performance filters, but also the secondary and auxiliary cooling circuits. Here too, Taprogge was a driving force in further developments. Tubular and especially plate-type heat exchangers are protected by the PRBW100 high-performance filter, or, if the filtration degree has to be below 1 mm, the PRBW100FC fine filter is the right solution. The PRBW100FC fine filter, with its active filter elements, is able to filter large cooling water quantities down to 100 microns. This not only reduces the risk of blockages, but also extends the operating time of the plate-type heat exchangers between manual cleaning intervals. In the meantime, IN-TA-CT has proven to be the comprehensive concept for consultants, contractors and operators of cooling water systems. IN-TA-CT is found not only in open cooling systems of power stations, closed systems with cooling towers also profit from IN-TA-CT. In addition to the turbine condensers, the secondary circuits are also effectively optimized by means of high-performance filters and tube cleaning systems. Subsequently, the discharge water of all Taprogge filters passes through a discharge filter in order to minimize cooling water losses and retain only the coarse impurities. Irrespective of the optimization achieved in cooling water pre-screening systems, Taprogge focused its research and development on the remaining components at the place of water extraction.
Instead of using the traditional complex and maintenance-intensive intake structures, which physically take out debris from the water source, therefore subsequently requiring waste disposal, we completely reverse the approach. Wouldn't it be much more prudent to take out the water without the debris? Because debris that you do not take out does not require costly waste disposal. That gave birth to TAPIS, the Taprogge air-powered intake system. TAPIS are special polyhedra which are submerged at the water source and take out the water at that spot. Therefore, debris remains at the water source and does not enter the water circuit. And that's how it should be.
Although the first IN-TA-CT generation had met with worldwide acceptance, a further IN-TA-CT module was added with TAPIS. Whereas the savings in capital expenditure and operation through the lean pre-screening system are impressive, TAPIS, as a single-stage pre-screening system without movable parts, opens up entirely new perspectives in water extraction. Be it deep water extraction or directly at the interface between water and land, TAPIS polyhedra can be placed where there are the best preconditions for water extraction. The modular design of IN-TA-CT, which adapts itself to individual project-related requirements, proved a success not only in power stations, but also in desalination plants, which operate according to the MSF, MED, or reverse osmosis principle, or, as in this case, in industrial plants. This complete cooling water system, consisting of TAPIS as pre-screening system, the PRBW100 high-performance filter downstream of the cooling water pump, and upstream of the heat exchanger, as well as the tube cleaning system to avoid fouling in the heat exchanger tubes, is all supplied from a single source. Taprogge, the optimizer of cooling water systems. To gain genuine benefits from the intact hardware modules, the relevant application technology is decisive. That's why we supplemented the IN-TA-CT solution, which is aimed mainly at contractors, by the IN-TA-S package, which was developed for operators. IN-TA-S stands for Integrated Taprogge Services and ensures optimized efficiency of the intact hardware through a whole range of services. Be it during on-site analysis of operational conditions with the operator, such as here, where tubes are being examined to select the optimal cleaning ball and cleaning frequency, or during the care and monitoring of client systems by our remote monitoring center.
Speaking from the company.
Operational data from the power station or other plants is transmitted online to the Taprogge Center and evaluated by our specialists. This results in either recommendations for corrective action or, at the operator's request, direct intervention in the system control. Training schemes and workshops in our company headquarters are also part of our range of services. We offer a comprehensive after-sales service package, which goes far beyond commissioning and spare parts supply. Our efforts are directed towards measures for prolonging the service life of equipment. All IN-TA-CT and IN-TA-S activities are coordinated at our headquarters in Wetter in Germany. Here, tailor-made solutions for all applications are engineered in our design department by making use of the latest software. These solutions are subsequently manufactured in our production facilities to the highest quality standards. With an export share of more than 80%, Taprogge is the renowned world market leader in the field of optimization of water systems. To ensure that we maintain our leadership in future, in-house Taprogge work groups are planning concepts for tomorrow.
Surely the commitment of our people, and with that also the identification of our staff with the company and its tasks, that has been decisive for the success of Taprogge. We've always been innovators. We have in the past, and with the eyes and the ears to the customer, elaborated and established an experience base of more than 10,000 system installations in more than 100 countries of the world. And if you can do this based on a team and the expertise of a team that we have, this in fact represents a very favorable basis of confidence that we need and have in leading the technology of this specialty field into the future. And this is exactly what we want. And by the way, this is not only confidence for management, it is also confidence for customers, of course.